Hello, dear professor and dear my classmate. I'm Huang Zixian. Today I will very glad to present the POX7004 assessment tree about a slide about implication of research on the quality of educational leadership for the sustainable development goals. So, for first, I will introduce myself. I'm Betty. I major in educational management and leadership with future research in the relationship between educational leadership and teacher well-being. So, for first, let me introduce my slide contents. The first one is definition and the importance of SDG in educational leadership, and number two is overview of the correct status and challenges of educational leadership sustainability research. And number three is the identify gaps, and number four is the problem statement. And number five is the contextualization. And number six is justification. And number seven is the innovation approach. And last one is my conclusion. So let's move the first part. The main responsibility that all education leaders have to create a learning system that engage students intelligently, emotionally, and socially. Sustainable leadership, therefore, goes beyond the temporary gains in achievement goals to create a long-lasting, meaningful improvements in learning process. So, ensuring inclusive and equitable quality education and promoting lifelong learning opportunity for all. So let's move the second part is overview of the status and challenges. Leaders in education are aggressively advancing digital transformation and technology integration, glossary, global collaboration and communication, supporting educational innovation and individualized instruction and striving for education equality and inclusive. By focus the social and environmental impacts of education and ecology sustainable teaching methods. They are also incorporating the sustainable development goals into the educational system. So let me introduce the challenges. The first one is attitude and the beliefs. The attitude and the beliefs about leadership can be significant barriers to leadership development. And number two is workload and the time constraints. It can prevent scientists from engage in leadership development activities. So let me introduce the identifying gaps in the educational leadership SDG research. The first one is integrating technology into education. It's a key aspect of achieving the SDG, particularly SDG for quality education. However, this gap highlights the need for more research on how educational leaders can use technology to enhance teaching and learning, foster innovation, and create more equitable and accessible educational opportunity. So the number two is the importance of collaboration and the interdisciplinarity. So addressing these gaps requires researchers, policymakers from different disciplines to work together. Interdisciplinary research that brings together expertise in education, sustainability, social justice, and other related fields is essential for a deeper understanding of the complexities of education leadership in the context of the SDGs. So the last one, number three, is a development of a sustainable leadership framework. There is a growing need for a comprehensive framework for sustainable educational leadership. It should integrate principles of sustainability into all aspects of educational leadership to ensure that future generations are equipped with the knowledge, skills, and the values to address global challenges and contribute to a more sustainable future. So let's move the problem statement part. The important question in my research is what specific leadership competence are needed for effective sustainability leadership in educational institutions. And number two is how can educational leaders effectively engage stakeholders in the development and implementation of sustainability programs. So let me explain why I choose these two problems. So first one is addressing leadership issues contributes to an efficient and sustainable education system. Sustainable education system need to be resilient and flexible to meet the challenges of the future. Effective leadership such as system thinking, close sectoral collaboration, community engagement is the foundation on which these systems are built. So number two is stakeholder engagement is an important strategy for achieving educational goals. Examining how to effectively engage stakeholders can not only enhance the applicability and the feasibility of educational program, but also raise the importance and commitment of society as a whole to educational issues. So the last reason is addressing the issue can fill the gap between practice and the policy. Many countries face a policy designed to practice disconnect in advance go forward. Examine effective leadership and stakeholder engagement mechanism and can provide policymakers with concrete and actionable recommendation to better support policy implementation. So let's move the contextualization part. So the first one is a link to a broader global issue. Social inequality and inclusive education, growing global inequality and social injustice need to be addressed through the transformation of educational systems. Education leaders should be able to create inclusive environmental that reduce the unequal distribution of educational resource and provide equal opportunities for students from diverse black backgrounds. So the implication of a thematic study on high quality education management. The first one is promoting overall well being. Research in educational leadership can reveal how leaders can enhance the well being of students, teachers, and the community through quality educational management practice. For example, professional development for teacher, support for student mental health, and achieving parent and community engagement are all important factors in promoting well-being. So the long-term impact of improving educational quality, thematic research can exploring how education leadership affects the quality of teachers and students' learning outcomes in school, thereby providing future societies with more citizens who are equipped with critical thinking, problem-solving skills, and a sense of sustainability. So let's move the justification. Is the first one is promoting a culture of sustainability. University and the education institution need to create a culture that values SD, sustainable development, and foster a sense of responsibility to for future generation. And number two is to develop leadership skills. Integrating leadership skills into curriculum, providing professional development opportunity, and offering monetary programs can help develop the competence need for effective leadership. And number three is support, collaboration, and partnership. And number four is address the workload and the time constraints. University need to provide support mechanism for factory and the staff, such as research assistantship, flexible schedule, and the workload management strategies. And let me introduce the positive impact, improving the quality of education, promoting education reform and enhancing the competitiveness of educational institution and promoting equality in education. So the innovation of approach in SDG in educational leadership is a data-driven decision support system. Use big data analyze and artificial intelligence technology to collect it and analyze multi-dimensional data on educational management. For example, develop an AI-based education sustainable assessment platform to help school leaders understand in real time the effectiveness of the allocation of teacher resource and its impact on student development. So let me take an example like application of digital tools. School in Japan use VR to simulate the impact of environmental pollution on the community and the enhance environmental awareness among students and parents. And the implications is use the technology to enhance the impact and the dissemination of educational management programs. So let's move the last one part is conclusion. Research on education leadership and its impact on the sustainable development goals had highlight the critical role of the effective leadership in achieving a more sustainable future by fostering visionary leadership, developing essential competence and addressing challenges. We can empower educators to lead the world towards a more equitable, inclusive, and sustainable world. This research provides valuable insights for policymakers, university leaders, and school leaders to create a more sustainable educational system. So this is all my part for the educational leadership SDG, and this is my reference. And thank you all my classmate and the professor. And at the last, I hope can see you, Dr. Nadia. Can see you next semester.